This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, gets back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew. And guys, we are back, man. We're going to have a fun-filled episode here. It's going to be a lot of fun. My man Wayne's going to be jumping in here. Shout out to the Breezy faithful out there, to the Niner faithful out there, to the Nothing But Niner faithful, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I don't care if you take Team Trey. I don't care if you team Purdy. I don't care if you team Darnold. But we're going to talk today, man. We're going to talk today. It's been a while for the Nothing But Niners channel. I think it's been about a week since we did a show over there. But the Patreon's been popping, so I'm going to start there, man, guys. All right, I'm going to let you guys know, first and foremost, if you were looking for some consistent content from me over there, Nothing But Niners, guys, head on over to patreon.com/NBNiners. The shows don't stop. And you get some different type of insight over there. I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. Head on over there, patreon.com/NB9ERS. Get on over there. Follow us on some of our social media platforms, guys. Make sure you guys are out there and on all of these things, all right? Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Those handles are Nothing But 9. That's the number 9. Nothing But 9 ERS. So Nothing But Niners on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. We also have the Facebook page as well as Twitch. Nothing But Niners. That is spelled all the way out. If this is your first time here on the YouTube page, on either one of them, all right, Nothing But Niners or the Wayne Breezy Network, make sure you guys enjoy. Got to give it a thumbs up, man. Don't even second guess it. Give it a thumbs up. The better the thumbs up ratio, the more we will turn up in this episode. I'm trying to make Breezy curse me out. I haven't heard Breezy curse in a couple, so I'm gonna try to get Wayne to flip out on me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All right. But I want Wayne to come in here and really, really get after it. So hit that thumbs up, turn up so I can get him to turn up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of fun. Peachy, it's not too late. Come on now. It's not too late. Shoot me a text if you for real. We're going to have some fun. We got some topics to go over and all that good stuff. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we're going live. Man, we're here to change the game, man. We're going to have a lot of fun today. So let me see what's going on with the people in the chat. I know Wayne likes to show some love to everybody out there. How do I do the? Let me see this here, man. Let's see what's going on here. First comment I saw tonight. Dang, Jimmy G put in some weight there. Yeah, huh? You like that? Jimmy Potato Polo. Hey, look, man. I was playing this Madden game, y'all. I got to tell y'all what happened, man. I'm sorry. I have to tell y'all what happened. I was playing this Madden game, and you know, I have an old Madden. It's Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady on the like the little icon that you know, like it's them. So what is that? 2022, right? Something like that, which means it came out in 2021. Is that what I'm dealing with? Trey Lance was on the roster. He was there, but it was just a little weird. Like I don't know how to explain it. So I go in and I know, like, I haven't really played this game in a long time. Like, it's been a really long time since I played the game. So I go down and there's this option where you can update your roster. All right. I'm in there. I update the roster. It's like a download. I update the roster. And then I load the roster. After you download it, you got to load it. And I see my guys running out the tunnel. Jimmy Garoppolo looks like the image for this episode. Not joking at all. Like, I am 100% dead serious, man. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see what I saw. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me do a screen share. Y'all have to see this because that's the only way you're gonna believe it. You're only gonna believe it by seeing it. So let me put the screen share on here. Jimmy Garoppolo, easily 300 pounds. My man Fred Warner, 300 pounds. George Kittle, 300 pounds. Look at George Kittle sitting on this bench, y'all. What is this? Look at the girth. Pause. Look at my man Jimmy Garoppolo. He at least 6 months pregnant. He looked like me out there. He legit looked like me. Now, this wasn't the only picture that I took. Let me see if I can get. So this don't show it well, but this is our center. All right, he's an offensive lineman. He's supposed to look like that, right? Like, I get it. He's supposed to look like that. But, dog, let me tell y'all how big they got my man Elijah Mitchell looking in this picture, okay? Now, I don't know how he knew, but Earl Mitchell, former 49ers defensive tackle, Big Earl, wore number 90 for us. My man saw this picture and said they didn't even have to edit me. He responded to the tweet. He said they didn't even have to edit me. And I was like, Big Earl, that's not you, Mr. Mitchell. Like, that's the running back. I got a video too. How do I see this video? Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all the video. It was nuts. Look at how fat they got. I ain't even gonna tell. Yo, this game is tripping. Look at how fat they got my Niners. Look, what the fuck? Look at Armstead. What is this nonsense? What are they doing to my team right now? Look at this. Look at Mosley. That was number 4. Watch at how Bosa fat they got. I ain't even gonna touch the control. Watch Bosa over here. Watch him. Look at how big and doofy. Look at Bosa. Ain't right, bro. Look at Bosa. Yo, this game is. Look at Bosa, y'all. I didn't know what was going on in this game. I played the whole thing, and it's hard to run on people that damn big, and they still got all the athleticism that the normal size dude has. So I dominated in the game. I had a good time, but man, oh man, I had never seen nothing like that before. So I had to start the episode with that there like that. I had to let y'all know what was going on because I didn't even know what was going on. Oh, hold on, Wayne. My bad. Y'all, it's my fault that Wayne is not in yet. I am a terrible person. Damn, he is really yelling at me right now, y'all. So, well, at least I got him pissed off already. I already got him upset. So he gonna come in here and smoke me. How he can't get into his own shit, I don't know. But it's where we are. It's what's happening right now. He is going to kill me. So I kind of locked Wayne out. We're gonna act like we didn't know. We're not gonna discuss it. So when he comes in, I want y'all to just get active in the chat and be like, yo, Wayne, man, what took you so long? How you late for your own shit? I want y'all to like really pile it on. All right. We're not gonna say nothing else though. But so yeah, so I got the big guys out there. Jimmy Garoppolo was out there doing his thing for a little bit. Trey Lance was big also. I switched out the quarterbacks and everything. But shout out to everybody that's out there. He got a nickname for y'all, like the Breezettes or something like that, like Wayne Breezy and the Breezettes or something like that. But shout out to all of y'all. I see these comments here. My man Troy, what's going on, big dog? Hopefully you're doing well. I see Raphael in here. Bill Sperling, I see you out there too, man. KP, I see you. Tanisha, what's going on? Huh? Much love. GSU, Peachy, 49ers throwback. Huh? It's a party in here, man. What's going on? Huh? We riding away. What's that? What is that? What are those icons? Somebody tell me what that is. I see a championship trophy at the end of it. Is that the sun like blowing his nose? I can't tell what that all is. But yeah, Peachy, I'm back. We in here. My man Callie Young, always with the once again. And so that gets me hyped every time I see it. Every single time I see it, okay? Easy breezy, lemon squeezy, right? Like that's what I'm talking about. What's up, Breezy, United Empire? They in here showing some love, man. Spaz, Crazy Juice. Terra Dome, what's going on, man? I see you making your press run. I see you making your press run out there, man. I see you. Nothing but respect. Christy, how you doing? Hopefully everybody is doing well out there. My man Jerry is in the building. Grizz, what's going on? Christy Marie. Again, I said something to Christy already, but it's okay. I don't mind giving double shout outs. Okay. Now I see these numbers in here. Oh, it was a countdown. Okay, I get it. I was gonna say, what was that for? Okay. Raphael says, what's good, Big Mike? What's good, Breezy? My Niner brothers, hope all is well and the family is healthy. Hey, man, my family is doing great. They doing better than me. You're doing better than me, man. I'll tell you that much. You let me know when you're good to go down there, young man. All right. I can't tell you when the but you just give me the little thumbs up and then we'll make this all work out. All right. Y'all know what it is with the click, click, boom. That's right. David versus Goliath. What's this mean, Jerry? Who's David? Who's Goliath? What does this mean? No, Breezy. No, Wayne quit. He said he's not coming on the show. It was supposed to be his, we were supposed to be doing this together, but Wayne said, nah, I'm not. Mike, he told me straight up, like, Mike, I'm not going to be there. Just start. Just go. I don't really know what happened, but, it is what it is. It's on like Donkey Kong. And when he want to jump in, he could jump in, y'all. Like, just so you know, like, he got the login and stuff. It's like Nick all over again. Everybody was like, where's Nick?
Nah,
Where's Nick?
son,
Oh,
don't. Nah, this on
Don't
you.
what?
This on you, because I didn't know I was logged out. You logged me out, right? And so yeah, whatever you did, you look, because I ain't been here in a month. So you was like, you know how who was that football player? Jamal. What was his name? The dude from the he played for the Seahawks and he went to go when he was with
Adams?
the Jets. Jamal Adams. He went to go try to get into the building. He was denied. That's how I was trying to get on the show.
They changed his key fob. The little digital joint didn't work no more.
Yo, why I can't get in? What is going on here? Yeah,
you could have came in from your own joint though.
Nah, it's on. It's streaming from your. The way it works is it's streaming from your thing. So I have to come. You have to send me a link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mike, how is it that you started this streaming stuff, and I'm more advanced in the streaming stuff than you? Explain that.
I'm old. I'll give it to you real.
Okay.
See, right? Like you got special effects, and you borrow people's soundboards, and you do all this different stuff. And I'll be honest with you.
First of all, I ain't borrowing people's stuff. I ain't borrowing nothing. I bought my own joint.
You're right. My bad. You didn't borrow it. You stole it.
Okay, I stole it. Yeah. Apparently, I went on their show and took their soundboard.
You took it personal. Don't take it personal. Just let me get my little digs in, my little shots in.
But no, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I mean, how else could I have stole it? Like, I don't get it. But nah, I didn't steal it, man. Shout out to them brothers out there. I guess they was the first to use sound on a live show.
A camera and a microphone and to talk Niners. So all the technical stuff, it is never.
Well, I was trying to figure out how is it that I'm more well versed in our streaming service than you. Like, why do I know more about that than you? And you started this. That's kind of where
I don't think you do. See, I don't think you. I think
right, but you didn't know that I couldn't jump in on my own. You didn't know that I had to join from this.
Now that part is true. So I didn't know one thing, but I know stuff about it that you don't know.
Yeah.
See. So I know something you don't know. Okay. I got something to tell you.
All right.
Let's go. Oh, shit.
All right. And how's the air quality, man? Because it's pretty thick down here. Pause.
It's not.
Wow. The air is thick. And I said air. How is the air? That's what I said.
So the air is actually the quality is pretty bad. I walked outside and it smelled like when you throw wet wood onto a fire.
Ooh, yes,
all the smoke
yes.
comes out, and it's a very distinct smell.
It's like releasing a gas or something like that. Yeah, it's a bad. Yeah,
that's what it is out here in Pennsylvania. But again, I'm right across the bridge from Jersey. It's coming in here, man. It's bad. It's bad.
We're praying for our brothers and sisters out there in Canada.
Yeah, Canada. I'm hearing that there's something in Jersey too, though. I heard there was a little fire.
Well, that's where the stuff is coming from, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. I said I was talking. But why do I gotta say pause, right? If I said,
hey, let me give you a little. You don't have to pause this month. You know what this month is?
Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. You ain't got to pause nothing.
Okay.
You ain't got to pause nothing. Now what? Now let them look like bigots. Now what? See that now?
Yes, sir.
That's the type of that I'm. Did you say that, or was that a sound effect? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's dope. I like that. I'm sorry. So what's going on with you, man? How are you doing? How's the family doing?
The family's doing good, yo. Like I don't know. Me, I've been having like I've been needing like a mental break from this content creating. So I know my shows are lacking, numbers are small. But at this point, man, I just needed. I've been getting back into music. Music is kind of like what keeps me rooted and grounded. So I've been in the studio a lot. Shout out to my man Lake City, my man Fair to God, Travis King, all those like the music guys, the music, and it's been feeling good because now I'm getting more creative. I'm starting to make more music. So yeah,
yes,
like that's kind of like where I've been. So my apologies, but we'll get back to it. Like I'm sure we'll be back on a schedule once we have to stop talking about Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. I think that's not
okay. So he's not getting back on schedule to the end of the season. And even then, even in those moments, it's not going to matter. It's going to be now it's time for this guy to come in and do his thing. It's not. The Niners don't have off seasons without quarterback controversy. It's
so weird.
So check this out, man. In my time away, I kind of got a little deeper in religion, right?
Okay.
And start doing some self-reflecting. So you find whatever good book it is that you subscribe to, and you start digging. And I found this passage, all right. And apparently, it's an unpopular commandment that I found. The Niners shall not have peace at thy quarterbacketh positioneth.
I felt like I've been reading from that book. I didn't know we had the same book.
See, the lost pages. The lost pages.
The crazy thing is, this has been going on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of the Niner lineage.
Yes,
that
it's almost like a rite of passage.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. Like there has to be a quarterback controversy whenever there's a shift in the atmosphere. Quarterback. I'm telling you, man. I tell you what, though, it feels good to be here. And I've been reaching out to you, just shooting the breeze and stuff. And I'm glad we could be here, man. We can give our family. That's what I like to call them. Some people call them the community. We can give our family a good show. We can sit here and talk for a little while.
And that's what we're gonna do, man. So let me ask you a question, man. Where exactly do you want to start? You want to start with some? We can start with some positive stuff.
You know what would be cool, Mike? If you put on like the spin the wheel and then we click the wheel and just randomly do it.
All right. If you buy me time, I could do that.
I mean, I could buy you time. How y'all doing out there, man? What's going on, man?
That's how you gonna buy time.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna talk to the people. What you want me to talk to you while you're doing? Then I'm gonna distract.
I can multitask. I'm not.
So, Mike, I've been having.
Wait! I just realized I sound like a hater. Like I don't want you to talk to them. I take it all back. You can talk to them. That came off like a hate.
It did, but they can see that it don't be me. It's you. But
I apologize.
I want to shout out all the content creators that are like steady, fast, going strong. I'm just gonna say it's okay to break. Look, for me. Like y'all know, I would give y'all 3-4 shows a day. Then I realized I was wearing myself out. I was. And so I can't wait till football season starts back up because I'm excited to go back to some of these games, some new road trips, places I've never been to. I can't wait to meet with you guys in Pittsburgh. That's gonna be fun, yo. I don't even care about the game. I think just getting back with everybody and just having a good time the night before, the day of, and then celebrating that victory afterwards. I mean, it's gonna be great, but I can't wait till week 1, man. Week 1's gonna be off the hook. I canceled appointments to be there with you guys, so you guys better make sure that we have a great time. I will say that. So it's gonna be fun. But now I want to shout out all the content creators. I see 49er Media out here in the chat. Terra Dome's doing his thing as well. Brian Cope is doing his things on Sundays. Then his daughter, I believe, is doing the show now. Peachy was on that show. They're doing like a first lady like type show. It's so dope. You guys got to check it out. But shout out if I don't see y'all scrolling on the screen, though, my bad. But I'm just looking at what I see in the chat as of right now. But shout out to everybody that's just putting out great 49er content. And just stick with it, just stick with it. All right.
I think our wheel ran out of colors. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What the hell will you use, Mike? Because all you got to do is...
No, I'm going to be honest with you. It's got two colors.
Type in wheel of names.
No, I got it. I have the wheel, bro. I got it here. What I'm saying is I don't like when it's two colors next to each other. I would like everything to have a separate color. So now I got to come up with another color. Oh, let's do a bonus one where the audience gets to pick a discussion and we just debate on it.
And this debate will be a preface to our debate show that we do on the Patreon during the football season. I love it, Mike. This is why, when the powers of the universe come together, man, I tell you, we give them some good stuff. Shout out to our brothers. Shout out to Tony. Prayers up to him and his family. Shout out to NY to the Bay. All the Nothing But Niners crew, man. It's been a minute. Nick, everybody, man. Hope you guys doing well. Slick 68 says, how long is it going to take for you to get me mad? I'm in a laughing mood, so I don't know if Mike could get me mad tonight. I'm in a good mood.
It's a topic on here that I think I could see it getting us to a point where it's like, yo, Mike, like you got to chill. I could see it. Maybe potentially happening. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in that mood to get mad. All right. Well, I hope
the stupidest stuff has been making me mad, Mike. Like driving. Because
you get mad driving?
Because I get mad at the other people. Like they do dumb stuff. And I can't control it. Never mind. But that makes me mad daily. I feel like it's best if I'm not on the road. Like I just shouldn't be driving anymore. I think that's what the Lord is trying to tell me. It's time to give up the driving.
My driving is a time of reflection, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, I get it.
I can't reflect because I'm cussing everybody else out. So I think that's why I'm saying like it's time. It's time.
All right. Well, look, man, here's the wheel. I customized it.
That's not the wheel that I would have. Maybe
is your wheel customizable? Can you?
Yeah, it is. I don't think I customize. But my joint gives me all the colors in the rainbow. I don't know why your joint.
This one does too. Or I can customize the colors where it takes the colors from the image I uploaded.
So why is there a doo-doo brown color?
All right, so it had to come up with more. That's the random debate one. Like that's the one that we don't want it to land on.
Okay.
Now, can I ask you a question? Because I feel like I've been drinking. Is the SF crooked or is that the circle making it look that way?
Now the joint is slanted to this way.
It is slanted a little bit, right?
It's slanted a little bit.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't a little tipsy tooty over here. So
now you Gucci.
All right. So here we go, man. You ready? We're gonna find out what it's hitting for right now. Here we go. If you have Vertilago, if you have boom. All right. First topic. If you have vertigo, don't watch the wheel spin. All right. Deebo. Oh, shit. Pause. No. I don't have to pause this month. Deebo compliments Aiyuk. Wayne, did you hear about this?
I did hear about it. I heard Deebo say, the phone booth couldn't lock him up in the phone booth or something like that. I don't want to mess up his quote, but
it's cool. I got it. I mean, I don't have to show it on the screen, right? Like we could just talk about, or do you want
we
me
could
to?
just we could just talk about it. I mean, I heard it. I'm sure everybody else has heard it. But this is cool because I know, like, I like when the competition it breeds champions.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm trying to say. And so for a number one to talk about another number one and say y'all can't hold this dude in a phone booth, like we've been trying to tell everybody that Brandon Aiyuk, and you seen him go from a puppy and he's now into full bred. Like, and dogs don't take long to grow, bro. Not the good one. Not if you groom them. Not if you train them right, dog. They don't take long to grow. You know, I think whatever they did with Brandon Aiyuk, and he talked about it a little bit. You know, he came in as a number one, and he was the guy, and this type of stuff, and you know, he had to kind of like check himself, and so like that's Kyle Shanahan, and so like you got to give him credit, but then you got to give Brandon Aiyuk all the credit for putting in that work, baby, and then when Deebo, who's an all-pro, so people keep forgetting that he's an all-pro because he had a bad year last year, but people keep forgetting once you're an all-pro, you're an all-pro. This all-pro is saying, yo, this dude is he's about to y'all can't hold him. So I'll leave it at that. But it's great to hear that stuff, man. It's really
phenomenal.
It's great to hear that stuff.
The compliment was, and I quote, "Man, you can't cover that boy in a phone booth right now." And that's good. Now I'm gonna get back to that. But Terradone, no.
I do need a driver like I wish I did have a driver.
You don't need a driver like Ghost, because Ghost driver was getting
never mind. With
right,
Tasha. Okay, yep.
Yeah, no, that's not the kind of, you don't need a driver like that. I remember
too. I got you.
So we're gonna find you a better driver.
He pays, and he's the lead character in the new White Man Can't Jump. That's out too, by the way.
Is that who that is?
That's who that is.
Oh my God!
And I didn't know that the white dude was Jack Harlow. I'm so slow.
Now that part I didn't know. Did you tell me did you watch it? Because I didn't watch it. You did
asleep.
not.
I fell asleep, but I fell asleep. But I did try to watch it. We got to watch it. It's a rites of passage. We got to see if they. It's different though, Mike. It's not like the old one.
Did you watch the new House Party?
No.
Okay, so then don't tell me about the rite of passage, and we got to watch it. Then, if you pass a House Party,
the new House Party though was in the movies. It didn't come on to the one of them services. Yeah.
All right. So my thoughts on Deebo complimenting Aiyuk, I think it's good. It's going to build good cohesion in the room. You know, it's gonna, in my opinion, I think last year may have inspired Deebo. I think watching the growth of Aiyuk may have inspired Deebo. Now that doesn't mean like, oh man, he's better than me, I got to be better than him and all that stuff. I think he means like, no, we are those guys. Like you said, when one number one is complimenting another number one, can't do anything but get stronger.
It's iron sharpeneth iron, man.
Yes. And that's what I meant by inspire. That wasn't a jab or a shot at Deebo at all. He don't need me to do that. He's doing that to himself right now. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. And, you know, this to me reminds me of Aiyuk's message. 1,000-yard receiver as a fourth option. Now, you ever do the math on his numbers? Would he have been 1,000-yard receiver if his average per game was only over 16 yards, over 16 games? I never did the math. I don't know.
I never did the math either. So we could do it.
Yeah, let's have some fun. You got the calculator over there? I'll tell you what his numbers were.
Calculator, yeah, go.
All right. So Brandon Aiyuk finished the 2022 season with a grand total of 1,015. Never mind. You ain't got to do the math. I already know he wouldn't have got 1,000 yards in 16 games. So it's cool. Don't even waste time doing it. Do you count that as a 1,000-yard season?
Yeah, I mean, look, we can't be mad that they added the extra game. Like that's just the way it worked out. It's the way of the game, man. And so, like, I know you trying to say, you know, that extra game helped him get over those 1,000 yards, but again, if you want to talk about context, family, you got to factor in like he literally is like the fourth option. I mean, like literally.
No, that's true. That is, and see, that's Yes.
Yeah. So when your tight end is getting damn near 1,000 yards, did Kittle get over 1,000 yards last year?
No, hell no. Kittle ain't
Well,
gonna be.
I'm saying when he missed 2 games though, and it's funny because had he not missed those 2 games, I think he would have had 1,000 yards.
No, he has 765.
He only needed 300 and something yards.
Oh, you're right. Yes, Kittle. I'm sorry. My bad. You're right. My bad. I apologize.
I'm messing with you, bro. But now seriously, again, but we know what those guys can do if they were number 1 options, right? We saw what Deebo Samuel did when the team needed him and they leaned on him the year before. Deebo just broke off with 1,800 purpose yards, almost 1,800 purpose yards. It was a lot of yards, damn it. And then you figure like now you added in Christian McCaffrey. That's going to take yards in the receiving game as well as the running game. They got a few running backs now. It's the fact that he's staying afloat. He's going to be that guy, yo. He's going to be that guy. I don't even care who the quarterback is. He's going to be the guy.
I agree. I completely agree. All right. You ready for topic number 2?
Topic number 2.
All right. Let's get it. Let me get back to the wheel. Please look away.
You didn't show it, Mike. It's not sharing.
Oh. Well, then I'll do it again then. Hold on. Let me wait for it to
stop.
You.
Kyle, it's there. Kyle updates on Purdy. There it is.
Okay. I didn't know if you could see it. Okay, my man. All right. So Kyle Shanahan recently, a brief little tidbit, right? Just a short little snippet. Said that Purdy is basically on schedule, doing a little bit better than what they expected, but he had a little caveat. I'm not watching him the way like y'all want me to be watching him type of thing. Like it was, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but he is throwing the ball. What does this mean? Because he's about 12 weeks away. Here we go. Let's do some math. He's about 12 weeks away right now from being ready to be 100% full go. That is before preseason ends. He would actually be available for the 3rd preseason game. Do you think he gets in there in that game? Like, is it a possibility?
Does he have to be in there in that game? No.
I mean, you just gonna put him right into week 1?
Why not?
If he doesn't play in the 3rd preseason game,
I don't think any of those guys will play in that 3rd preseason game, right? Because it's the first. The second game is where your starters are going to get the most burn, and so do you really need him to go out there and potentially risk an injury? If he's practicing well, I don't need to see him in no damn preseason game. I just don't. Now, I will say this. I feel like that second preseason game is that dress rehearsal because remember, there's only 3 games now. And then the 3rd one is going to be for the guys that they're trying to see who's going to have a chance to make the roster.
Now, last preseason, the starters did play the 3rd game.
Because because it was like Trey Lance and he needed reps and things like that. So for me, I'm getting Trey Lance. I'm trying to get Trey Lance all the reps he can get. That would be for me. And then I want to see what Sam Darnold can do too with this offense under this regime. As far as Brock Purdy, I feel like you already know what he could do. Do you want to see him get out there? I know a lot of people want to see him get out there, but week 1, because that's when my assessment really starts. Like I'm not going to assess much in the preseason game. It's not no real. It's going to be defense out there, Mike, but it's not like it's still going to be vanilla. They're not showing you blitzes and all that type of. If they do, then that means that they really coming after the 49ers, yo. If they play that hard,
they do it every year though.
Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as far as like just the exotic stuff. Week 1, if they go no holds barred and show that's fine. That's week 1. It's season started, but I don't think that 3rd preseason game you want Brock Purdy even out there. If he can come out for a quarter week 2. If he's ready by then, he better get the first team and then be done. Like,
so if he doesn't play all preseason, Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but if he doesn't play all preseason,
if he doesn't play all preseason, does that mean that he's not the starter week 1?
No. If he's practicing, if Brock Purdy's cleared to practice, Mike, and he's practicing, He doesn't have to play in the preseason.
So what you're saying is
I wouldn't play him in the preseason if he was fully healthy.
Technically,
I'm speaking technically.
He doesn't have to.
Right.
All right. So let me ask you about your preference now. His arm is back. He's full strength, but he hasn't taken any snaps against real competition. Now, maybe he does something during the joint practice against the Raiders.
If this was year 2 coming off that injury, yes. I feel like he does. I wouldn't risk putting him in a preseason game, risking another injury, possibly. Not saying that it would happen, but if he's gonna get injured, it need to be in a regular game. And I hate to say that, but that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And I know you probably like, well, dang, why won't you do that for any of the other quarterbacks? I guess it's for me like Brock Purdy. He's already proven he could win. He's done it in the playoffs. He's done it in the regular season. Regardless if it was a short piece of the season, he was consistently good. And I really think Trey Lance needs all the reps he could get. And I know he's not going to play the full games of all those games, but this might be it for Trey Lance. And that this might be the only time you can get him some reps. So if Brock Purdy is the week 1 starter, Trey Lance is going to get pushed to the second guy. I'm hoping at least the second guy. And so, like, for me, this is a way you can get some reps for Trey Lance, get some film out there, see where he's progressing. Because God forbid something happens to Brock Purdy during the regular season, first guy up better be Lance if he's still on this team.
All right. So I agree with you with what you said technically, right? He doesn't need to go out there if they know he's going to be the starter.
Yeah, and I know you want him to. You want to see him play. Like, I think
right
that's
now, my personal preference is a little bit different.
Yeah. I know you want to see him play, Mike, and that's fair.
I think I would, because they said that he shouldn't lose any arm strength or anything like that.
That's what the doctors say.
Right, but he already had a arm anyway. It's not the
maybe it got better.
Arm. I mean, maybe, right?
We won't know unless he plays, but you're not gonna get that in a preseason game. Yeah, like you're not gonna.
You won't get throws in a preseason game. What are you saying?
You'll get the throws, but it's not authentic. Like it doesn't count. Doesn't really matter. Like at this point. So why waste arm strength on something that doesn't matter? I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm with you. I saw Slick say, "What's up with the fat Jimmy Polo pick?" You got to go back to the beginning of the episode. Before Wayne joined, I broke it all down why I used that picture because of my Madden experience over the weekend. It was just crazy.
Lord.
It was crazy. So y'all have to rewind and watch it from the beginning or run it back real quick, something along those lines. But you'll see. I promise you, I explain why the fat Jimmy pick was there. So all right, but I don't know if I'm comfortable starting somebody who didn't play against live action reps. He's not. The joint practice is against the Raiders, and that's week 2. Right?
That's week 2. Yes, the second game.
So maybe he'll go out there and get some significant reps during that
which
time.
Which is what Kyle Shanahan uses more than anything, those joint practices. Remember, he talked about that. Like, that's kind of like what he uses to assess his players more.
But in 12 weeks, he technically won't be ready. If he is at the 12-week timeline, like what we think he is, then he won't be ready by then. So he needs that 3rd week. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's keep it moving. All right. If you can share the screen again, I will get back to the wheel. You let me know when it's up there.
It's up there.
I'll spin this bad boy again. All right. We ready?
You got to change the boxing.
Oh, shit. They can see it.
Yeah, they can see it.
Uh-oh.
Kittle compliments about Trey Lance.
Uh-oh.
Did
you hear this one? Did you? Ooh, we both did it. You did or didn't?
I did.
Kittle, short, straight to the point. What were your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, it's always good when players compliment their quarterbacks, but it was more like one of those things. Like, I'm like, damn, Trey Lance was really bad, or had some really bad tendencies, but a lot of people are noticing, and I've been talking about his base for the past 2 weeks. That's what you're getting. Like, you're getting, and that's where it starts for a quarterback, And I'm glad that Kittle pointed it out. And I'm glad that other people are starting to see it. Kyle Shanahan talked about how his base is better. And I've seen it the first throw, and I know, Mike, we had our discrepancies about it. We were talking about it, and I wasn't talking about as far as mechanics and the arm movement. I was just talking about the way how far his feet were opposed to how close they used to be, because when his feet, this is what the base means. Like, so when the quarterback's feet are closer together, it's a tendency of them tipping the play off to where they might just take off and run. But when your feet are spread apart, it's forcing the defenses to still play pass. Even though that quarterback can still take off and run, you're not really tipping off that you're going to run. And so the fact that his base is a lot more wide is letting me know that he's looking to pass that ball. He's looking to stay in the pocket. He's looking to get outside the pocket when he needs to. So that's what I'm getting from Trey Lance. That's what Kittle is talking about. That's what a lot of people are talking about. So we'll see. Accuracy looked pretty spot on to that. Like he was 6 for 9 today with team 2.
He said that, I'm not going to lie to you guys, he looks significantly better than last year. Significantly
better. And that's my point. Like that's.
You think it's just? See, this is all right. Do you take any stock into what Kittle's saying? Let's just give me a yes and no there, and I'll go.
I usually typically take stock into what everybody says, and I know you're going with this, but yes, I take stock into what Kittle says. He says it. He talks about. I take stock to answer your question. Yes.
Okay, I like that, because if you had said no, I was going to flip. I like that you said yes. I thank you.
But the question is, how serious do you take the stock into what he's saying?
And that's the thing. When he's talking positive about Purdy, when he's backing these guys, everyone's like, "Oh, well, the team is bought in." Listen to what Kittle said. The team believes in Purdy. The team believes in Purdy. We can't say that now. Oh, well, it's just Kittle complimenting whoever's under center.
But that's what they're saying. That's my point.
That's what I'm saying now, though. I think Kittle is going to compliment whoever QB1 is in that moment, because he's always complimented Jimmy, even though the whole fan base and head coach were verbalizing frustrations with him. Kittle, all pass catchers go to the microphone and they compliment whoever was under center. He did it with Mullins. He's more than capable. He did it with Beathard. He's more than capable. He did it with Jimmy. He did it with Lance. He did it with. So he always does it. He always does it. Now, one thing I will say is this. Kittle did miss the beginning of the season last year. So He had nothing to do but observe. I think maybe if you factor all that in, just maybe, there might be something to this. There might be something to it.
Well, first of all, I think Trey Lance's mindset alone, his work ethic, number 2, and his ability, number 3, is what's separating him from last year. I mean, last year he was given the keys. This year he has to go out and earn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you got to go out and earn something opposed to something that just be handed to you, you might come at it a little bit differently. Like, you might hit him. You might be like, all right, man, I might have to. I know I'm competing because it's a competition. They made it clear that it's a competition, right? Last year it wasn't a competition. Who Mike talking to? He got the devil and angel on his shoulders.
I sure do, because I'm trying to figure out how I want to respond to you. I need one of these guys to speak up on my shoulder.
I want you to respond whatever way Mike wants to respond, because I want to hear it. But at this point, all I'm saying is, like, Trey Lance mindset is a lot different than what it was last year. And so he knows what Brock Purdy did. He knows Brock is the guy. They keep saying that Brock is the guy. So he's gonna come out a little different, in my opinion. And so maybe that's why you're getting a better version of him or whatnot. But again, all of it's irrelevant until they put pads on and players start flying around and hitting and doing all that kind of good stuff. Now please respond, Mike, because I'm curious to see where the hell you going with this.
All right. So the good guy over here said, Mike, Wayne's right. If you're handed something, you could kind of take it for granted, right? I'll use
it's more you're relaxed. That's what I'm trying to say.
You don't feel the pressure.
You don't feel the pressure. Just like Jimmy. How can we not say this? Because we talked about Jimmy not having competition for the time he was here, and so he knew he was the quarterback. And then the only time Jimmy started changing his mindset is when they started bringing in. They drafted a quarterback. So Jimmy like, oh, y'all chose that mother go over me. I know Tom Brady said that, but that was probably Jimmy's thought process too. And so what did Jimmy do when they what did they do? They not re-signed him, but they changed his deal. He was still on the team, but they gave him a new deal for that 1 year. Jimmy came and started playing like he was the quarterback of the 49ers until he got hurt. He looked significantly better than he did at any time he's played here in them first 5, 6, 7 games.
I agree. Now,
come on, Devil.
Let me. This one, he over here itching. Get him, Mike. Get his ass. How can you say that somebody will come out flat if they didn't earn it? But just 7 minutes ago, you were saying if Purdy's the starter, he don't need to go out there and do nothing. So that means with that logic, Purdy's going to come out flat.
But that's not my logic, because it's like I'm going off of them saying that Purdy is the man. So like I want the best man to win the job, but how can I want the best man to win the job if they already gave the job to Purdy? So Purdy to me is the laxed guy, whereas now the other guys got to go out there and win a spot. So
that goes from the technically to your opinion. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. Your opinion is may the best man win, go get him.
They said it's supposed to be a competition, right?
Right. But technically, if they already are going to name Purdy the starter, then he could come out a little flat because there's no pressure on him.
But he better not, because I guarantee you, I will slay that name. I promise you. I promise. They gonna hate me.
I did good. I didn't turn up, but did I do a good job of getting my
You did a great job. That's a great job.
Okay.
Great job.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let me change the brand up again. Let's get this wheel back on here, if you don't mind. And boom, that's gone now. See, I don't like the two next to each other. Like, I feel like there's no way to do it, though.
It's like a big ass piece of cheese.
Yeah. All right, here we go. You ready? Round and round and round we go. Where she stops, nobody knows.
It's on a red. Ooh, random. So they get to pick the topic. Oh.
All right, y'all.
I was hoping they would have saved this for last, but here we go.
All right. So this is what it is. All right. Now, they got to pick the topic that they want us to debate. So, I don't remember how to do the little poll. I was gonna say we could post a poll and let them. Y'all just start. Well, I tell you what, y'all. If there's something y'all want us to debate, just throw it in the comments and we'll pick one. How's that?
Just go on to YouTube, right?
Are you doing it, or you want me to do it?
No, because
I'm in YouTube.
We're on 2 different channels, so it's gonna.
Okay.
So I'm in actually, YouTube. Don't do the poll. You're right. Just have them post in the comment because it's just on 2 different channels, and it's gonna be
right.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all type in a topic that y'all would like us to debate. We'll look at them real quick, and then we'll pick one.
We'll get back to it at the end of the show. All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay. All right. So we'll do one more real quick here. We'll remove that one. Oh boy.
Red and gold.
Oh boy.
I hope Bosa's next.
Please. Yeah, me too. Please. Oh my
Bosa's not.
God.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my God. They did this for me. All right. So Nick Bosa recently came. I mean, Nick Bosa. Deebo. Huh?
He was ready. He was ready to get to the.
I was hoping it was Bosa, but here we are. I'm gonna actually. Can I play it? Right.
Sure.
We won't get in any trouble for playing this.
Not pressers. No.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do a screen share. Let me pause it real quick. I'm gonna share this screen. Can you see that? Oh, you got to add it. I'm sorry. Can you? Hello, Wayne?
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, it's there. Okay, all right. If I go on mute, will the audio still play?
I don't know.
All right, here we go. We're gonna find out here.
When all was said and done last year, how would you assess your season last
Oh,
year?
it was awful. It was awful. Yeah.
In what way?
Every aspect.
Do you expound on that a little bit? Like you just said every aspect, but did that leave a bitter taste in your mouth?
Oh yeah, for sure. Me and Kyle had a long meeting the other day. We watched tape. We talked about it. We put it behind us, and just going through the tape and just look how sluggish and like how bad it looked on tape. Like I said, just reflecting on last offseason, it kind of played a big role in that. And I never put nothing like that back on tape again.
Did you feel it as the season was going on, or was it not until you went back and watched it?
I was kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit for us, being in my routine that I normally be in for us the offseason, getting ready to play because, like I said, a lot of distractions was going on. But, I kind of felt it, but I was just, trying to will my way to help the team in every aspect possible.
Does it affect what your goals are for this season?
Oh, not at all.
So where you going with this, Mike? Because I don't know. Where you going with this? Where do you want to go with this?
Let's just talk your thoughts on what your guy said, because it completely contradicts what he said at his first presser after getting the money. But I want to hear your thoughts on what he said. Okay, I tell you what, that's not fair. Let me tell you what
I was going to say that's definitely not fair. But
let me just remind you of what he said at his first presser. He was asked directly, your time away, were you able to work out the way you want? Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm ready. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all don't have to worry about that. Y'all gonna get the best version of me every time I go out there on the field. Mm-hmm. Now, it was a long presser, but that was a question and answer to and from Deebo Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
And now it was, I was behind the 8 ball. I was a little sluggish. And blah, 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 blah. It was terrible. Deebo, I think, rightfully so, should not have been happy with his performance last year, right? I don't think anybody is arguing that. I think we all expected more from the guy getting the bag, right? What were your thoughts when you saw this video?
I don't know if I had any thoughts. I mean, that shit's in the past. Like, I'm curious to know what he's doing now. So like, last year doesn't matter. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? And so like, even if he and here's why. The year before that, he was an All-Pro before he got his money, right? Now, he did talk about it being distractions and all that type of stuff, and he came in a little out of shape and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about what he's trying to do now. So this is good. And so if I have to give my honest assessment from him reflecting, this is great because he did what you did. He reflected. He looked at last season and said, this ain't me. And that happens. And sometimes it's not like he hit rock bottom, but at the end of the day, it takes a real person to realize they ain't themselves. And sometimes in the moment, you can't see your reflection. You got to wait for that moment to be over with. How many times I told you Kyle Shanahan needed to reflect so he could fix some shit? It's just impossible to do it in the midst of the war. But after all the stuff is settled, and you come back and you be like, dang, yo, really? I have 56 receptions for 632 yards and only 2 touchdowns. No, that ain't it. That ain't me. That ain't me. Now I feel like a lot, some of it is factored into gameplay and other guys succeeding in the offense and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But Deebo knew he wasn't up to his standard. He didn't know it in the midst of the season, but damn, he realizes it, and it's about what he's doing now to change that narrative, right? And so, like, we can sit there and say he was contradicting himself. If that's how you want to look at it, that's fair. It's cool. It's your prerogative. It's your opinion, no doubt. But I look at it as, right, he had at some point he had a reflective moment, and he was like, "Oh snap, this wasn't me. This wasn't my best me, or my best version of me, or my best self." And so he's, in my opinion, he looked exactly the same, but because some people was calling him fat and pudgy. He looked exactly the same. Like his body type, I just don't think is gonna change. But his body type to play football, he might be a lot more endured because he did get injured for he missed a couple of games last season, right? And so, like, yeah, Deebo didn't put up the numbers. I don't know about you, but I didn't expect him to do what he did in the 1,800 yards he had or whatever the year before, but I definitely thought he would be more of a weapon. And unfortunately, come on, let's keep it a buck. Deebo Samuel is a good wide receiver. He's a guy that can catch a short pass and take it to the house. He's a home run guy, right? There's a couple of plays. He got a couple of, I think both of his touchdowns were on plays like that. Then you got to look at it. They still were trying to run with him out of the backfield, right? I just felt like they knew he was running the ball. So, like, he wasn't as effective in the run game as he was the year before. So sometimes you got to try to switch some things up. But I like that he reflected on himself, and he put himself, and he blamed himself, and he blamed, he took ownership of him just not being the best version of himself.
Well said. Well, you should give yourself a round of applause. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I like that.
I don't know what we're looking at, but look like Seattle Seahawks colors.
Anybody out there in the chat know what this is? Some people will. Some people. A lot of people won't. Anybody out there know what this is an image of? Because as Wayne was talking, this came to me.
So I was talking, and all you heard was wah 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 wah.
No. I would never disrespect you that way. I would never disrespect you that way. Callie says, "What the hell, Mike?" Terry Dome says, "That is a Van Gogh, the wind." So as you were talking, I was listening. Someone said a hurricane. It's Van Gogh or something. Okay. All right. See, so sometimes people can recognize what's actually going on in the moment, up close and personal.
Yeah, some people can.
And sometimes you got to take a little bit of a step back to see the full image. So what you're saying is Deebo was just too close to the situation in the moment. When he came to the microphone and said, "I'm good, I'm ready to go, y'all always gonna get the best version of me," he was too close to the moment.
Yeah, but at that moment, Mike, moment, what he said was, "You're gonna get the best version of him," and that's what we got. We got the best version of him that year. It doesn't amount to what he did prior. It's damn near uncomparable, right? But he gave us the best version of him. Luckily, we had other players to step up.
Yes,
and so we didn't need him to do all of that stuff. I think for me, what I want from Deebo is, and I don't know if we'll ever get this, but this is the only area of concern for me when it comes to Deebo Samuel, and it's not dropping passes. It's his willingness to be like just all in on the plays. Does that make sense? So like,
you think he takes plays off?
Like, even if it ain't to him, even if the play isn't designed to him, he's just got to do a better shot at selling the fake or being that decoy, whatever it is. He just got to be all in. I'm not saying he takes plays off. Sometimes I just don't think he's all in. Sometimes I don't see him out there making that block. Sometimes I don't see him out there selling the fake. Because I don't know what he could have done differently in the NFC Championship game, but I'm not blaming him. But part of it's on him, right? He was the option that Hassan Reddick should have picked up. So perhaps if he sold it a little bit better, Hassan Reddick may have not just whiffed on the Deebo. He basically left Deebo alone, but Deebo was kind of like lackadaisical out there out of that backfield. I don't know if you remember it, but that's kind of like what it was. I don't know if he was supposed to be. He should have been going 100. That's what I'm trying to say. Just go 100. Maybe it sells the fake a little bit better. Maybe it gives Brock Purdy a little bit more time to get that ball to Brandon Aiyuk or step up in the pocket. I don't know, but I just felt like to me that's what I got from him last year. That does not mean we're going to get that from him this year.
Gotcha. 1 year does not equate to the following season.
It doesn't.
Okay. Well, like I said, I like what you said. It was him taking onus.
That was a dope ass analogy that you had too, man. That was pretty damn cool. We got to take a step back to see the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just on Deebo, right? You got coaches. That's their job. So at the end of the day, like he said, Kyle Shanahan and him had to sit back and watch film, right?
Wait.
So like, all right. So for example, right? So like, if
wait, did you just blame coaches for Deebo?
Yeah. So hear me out, because as a teacher, if I see my student effing up and they ain't and they not doing certain things like right or the way that I want them to do them, it's a little different when you coaching and teaching. But when you look at stuff like that, I mean, at any given point, you can intervene. He intervened right now. They sat there and watched the plays. What was stopping him from doing that before, so that Deebo could maybe get a hint that he needs to see that he's not being himself. See, all of this stuff can be prevented. So, like, you got coaches, you got wide receiver coaches, you got head coaches. Y'all can say I'm reaching, but I'm not reaching. If I see you fucking up all the time and I don't say nothing, ain't that on me? What are you saying? How am I reaching?
They got you the curse. It wasn't me.
Yeah, but if I see you messing up all the time, fam, all the time, I see you making the same mistake over and over again. I want you to get it right? I do. Or I want to make sure you're set up for success. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And I see that you're struggling with reflecting. You can't reflect at the moment. In the moment. Are you an amazing playmaker? Yes. Are you an amazing adjustment to the playmaking? Hell no. You run the junk the way you're supposed to. You were trained to run it. But what if somebody throw you a curveball? You going to choke up on the bat? Or you going to continue to swing like you're swinging at a fastball? It's the coach's job to come out there and coach. So how am I reaching? I'm not. I didn't say that it wasn't Deebo's fault. I'm telling you, he messed up. He couldn't reflect at the moment. He came into last season. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you the best version of me. I just got paid. I'm gonna be Deebo." We were like, "This ain't Deebo." We saw it. He ain't listening to us on Instagram. So somebody got to step up and say something. They still students of the game. I don't care how grown they are. They under head coaches. They don't run shit. They just get paid. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is this ain't Kyle Shanahan's fault. What I'm saying is he could have stepped in and intervened. That's his job. That's the coach's, or he could have had his wide receiver coach do it, or he could have had another player do it, or something. If I see you messing up all the time, it's that am I my brother's keeper thing. We've been super biblical all night, but that's kind of like what it comes down to. You got to make sure your brother is straight. I'm not going to sit there and let you mess up. Not on my watch. God forbid you go out there and something happened to you. Then I'm going to be like, dang, I should have said something. Then what?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm not blaming Kyle. I'm just saying, coach, say something. You just did. Why you wait this long?
Well, what if, see, yes, he said, Kyle and I watched the film. And
that's what I thought he said. That's why I thought I heard it. That's what I thought.
But you're talking like they didn't watch film during the season.
But maybe they didn't.
Maybe they did. You don't think?
Maybe they did. I know they watch film during the season, but what if these conversations that they had now weren't had then? Is what I'm trying to say.
And that's possible. That's possible. I can't refute that. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I guess we don't have to spin the
wheel. He said I was reaching on that play in the playoffs. Nah, like it's not just that play. Yeah,
there are certain routes in the Kyle Shanahan system that you are a decoy, but you have to run into a guy to make him declare.
Yeah,
that player has to be forced to declare that you are his responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, 49er Jeff. Like if I challenge you, right, to go back and rewatch last season and watch Deebo's play without the ball in his hand. It's a slight bit different. Slight bit different.
Okay.
I'm not blaming Deebo on that play. I just feel like he didn't execute it. He didn't execute his part 100%. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he got him hurt, but damn, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Hassan Reddick just said F Deebo and just went straight to the court, like went after the quarterback. That's what he did. But why did he do that? Like, that's the question.
Did we get any topics to debate?
No, they were. No, I'm sorry for cursing at y'all too. By the way, I didn't mean to get. I don't like this way. I hate. I don't like when people say I'm reaching. I feel like I don't want to reach.
But there's nothing wrong with people telling you reaching.
It's not. I didn't say there was. I said I don't like it. Did I say it was wrong? I never said it was wrong. I just don't like it. That's all. Because I didn't feel like I first of all thought he was talking about me with the Kyle Shanahan thing, but he talked about that play. That play was just a weird. It was really a good play by Hassan Reddick. That's kind of what it was. I thought because I'm probably the only person that will defend Tyler Kroft. He blocked it for 3 seconds. The hell? How much longer did you want him to block a speed rusher that was coming from 95 miles away? Like, I don't get it. So like, it was just a bunch of stuff. You're right, Kyle Shanahan, and maybe Mike, maybe Kyle can not water down some stuff, but stop having so many intricacies into his plays to maybe simplify him. No, I think so. I think you would see more success if the plays were less simplified for certain players than not. It's just a lot going on, and then that causes for more error to happen if everybody's not on the same page. I know that don't sound like it makes sense, but it makes sense.
I was trying to see if I still had a video in here. I got a video of Greg Cosell talking about why he thinks a guy like Sam Darnold could come in here and take the Niners even higher than the number 5. And it wasn't about Sam Darnold as much as it was about the genius that is Kyle Shanahan and his play design and play calling. If you take those tiny intricacies away, then Kyle isn't Kyle anymore. So that's the only reason I gave you that look. If you take away what makes Kyle special, those plays where you know you're not getting the ball, but you take 2 people with you in coverage, and it opens up the middle of the field for other people, or it opens up the receiver on the opposite hash.
Yeah,
like,
but that doesn't always work. So, like, at the end of the day, like, it's got to be balanced, right? So, like, I love Kyle Shanahan's play calling, but all 11 pieces have to work in synchronization, bro. Okay, tell me if you know what? This is our open debate. Here we go. So tell me, Mike. Oh, there's the yawn. I'm going to yawn in 30 seconds. So tell me this, Mike.
That was me getting rid of smoke. That wasn't a yawn.
Oh, okay. So tell me this, Mike. Even on certain run plays, they don't work, right? And then we go back and break down the film. And what happens on them run plays?
Is a loaded question, because sometimes the running back doesn't hit the right hole.
Hit the whole.
Sometimes
we
the linemen,
haven't seen the running back not hit the right hole since Trey Sermon left. So let's get rid of that. Let's talk about what happens on these run plays, Mike. Come on.
We've seen. Okay, that's not true.
That is true.
We've seen Elijah Mitchell hit the wrong hole, but still make something of it because he just runs 100
Oh,
miles an
Mike. Come on, Mike.
You gonna make me pull up the all 22 and just
come on, Mike. All right, loaded question, but get all right. That's the first part. Give me
what you want to say is someone missed a block, or
that's exactly what happens.
A guard didn't get to the second level.
That's exactly what happens on those plays. You know why? Because when Kyle Shanahan, I know people don't like to call him a genius, right? He's such a genius, yo, that if the plays work, they're all home run plays. You ever notice that? It's not a first base play. It's not a single. It's not a double. It's not a triple. It's a damn quadruple. It's a home run. That's scary. I
agree.
But you're asking 11 components to work on how many plays are typically called in the game, Mike?
Anywhere between 64 and 72.
That's tough. And you know you're going to get some flags, some false starts, and you kind of factor those in. You hope you don't get the penalties, but so that's why I'm saying if he can simplify some things, I think he'll have more success as a head coach.
How about this? Let's meet in the middle here. I know it's supposed to be a debate. Let's meet in the middle here.
Okay.
What if he called some more simple plays in the biggest moments? Because in the biggest moments, let me just take you back to that play where Brock Purdy got hurt. Right? You said that Deebo didn't quite sell his route. Right? But if it was a more simple play, maybe Brock doesn't get hurt and we live to fight another series. Right?
See what I'm saying?
Think back to the play in the Super Bowl against the Patriots in his Atlanta Falcon days.
Yep.
Where the running back missed a block and he had a wide open wide receiver on the right side. If he just picks up that block, it's a touchdown and the game is over. But that one piece didn't work.
I don't want people to think I'm bashing our head coach. But at the end of the day, them plays don't work because of execution, right? So
back to the player.
It comes back to the player. So that's why I'm saying sometimes you got to simplify it for sometimes it's always keep it simple, stupid. And then if you can add some extra sugar coating, icing, cream on the cake, whatever you want to call it, then you hit them with the sprinkles and the extra toppings, bro, the fruit toppings and the syrups and all that type of stuff. But get the wheels turning. Like get your players feeling comfortable. I hope you know where I'm going with this, because we're gonna end up with the quarterback situation. Like, get your wheels churning, yo. Like, I don't want to see Trey Lance if he's out there doing all this stuff that you have set up for a guy that is more efficient in completing those type of plays when it comes to Brock Purdy. I want to see him gradually get to that moment. But if you start him out saying you got to be this, you got to be that, that's setting him up for failure. And that's why I'd be like, yo, Kyle, you ain't even got to develop these QBs, yo. You know their strengths. You know their weaknesses. Don't nobody else know them like you know them. You should be able to make it work, baby. And that's what I mean by him simplifying things. It's not just the play calls. It's just his his approach to the game. Granted, I want Trey Lance to dink and dunk. Sometimes that's gonna work. It's all about the daggers. You know, you get stabbed 150 times, you're gonna end up bleeding out, right? I'm cool with that. But sometimes I want the sword chop the head off play. See, that's the difference. You know, I'm not saying Brock Purdy can't do that, but we've seen Trey do that. We have not seen Brock do that. I think he got one deep bomb in his career. But we've seen Trey, like, his touchdowns are on deep throws. They're not on short throws. So we know that's what he can do. We just don't know if he can stay durable, and we don't know if he's going to be highly accurate. So that's why I think Kyle is going to manipulate this situation as much as he can. He's going to utilize Trey Lance when he needs to. And Brock, he's going to have Brock. Kyle is probably in heaven. You know why? It ain't costing him a penny.
All right. I like it, man. Look, we got one more topic on the docket. Now, I can spin the wheel, but we really don't have to. It's Bosa.
I love Nick Bosa, Mike. I do.
He's complimenting Hargraves. I got to get your thoughts on it, man, because Nick Bosa is out there giving some pretty big praise. Some pretty big praise for his defensive tackle.
But that is Nick. That's the Bosa's pedigree, and you know that game recognized game.
Mm-hmm.
That's that 100%, bro. It's the same thing Deebo did with Brandon Aiyuk earlier. Like, first of all, Javon Hargrave to me was the best defensive lineman on the market. Now, it was him or it was Deron Payne, and I was going with Deron Payne, but they franchise tagged him. That's when I was like, yo, they gotta get Hargrave in here. Like, they gotta get him in here because he will change up just the way offenses prepare for defenses.
But he didn't just say he's a good defensive tackle.
No, he didn't.
He said he is Aaron Donald, Chris Jones echelon.
I don't know if he got the Aaron Donald hands, but his impact is Aaron Donald-esque. You got a speed rushing defensive lineman. Like let that sink in. Like that's what he is. He's a speed pass rushing defensive lineman that can stop the run. That's scary.
Hey, look, man, I'm all for the compliments of each other right now.
I
don't know if y'all noticed.
I know.
I don't know if y'all noticed that was a theme for the day.
That was a theme for the day. Players were complimenting everybody. Yeah, good point, Mike.
Yes, that was the theme for the day. They're out here trying to create peace. Remember, like, how good would it be for the 49ers fan base to have the debate that we had 2 seasons ago when Deebo was about to be contract negotiation time? Would you rather have Deebo or would you rather have Aiyuk? Instead, we have focused on one specific group for the last how many years now, and it's exhausting. It's tiring. It's tiring, right?
And here's the funny part. To answer that question, they got Deebo, and they plan to have Aiyuk. How real is that? Like this team is the window is not closing because Trey Lance and Brock Purdy are your quarterbacks. Go ahead and get him off your chest. Go ahead.
This guy, he's agreeing with you again.
What's that guy over there saying?
Wow, right? Like, the salary cap is going up some more, and Trey Greenlaw's on the last year of his deal. Maybe they move on and they got something there with Winters maybe, and they can afford to have both of those wide receivers. And this one is saying Kyle and Deebo just had a talk. Sorry, Deebo. Maybe it's Aiyuk's turn now. I'm just saying, how can they have both? You asked it in the question.
Because Deebo isn't just a wide receiver. He's a weapon. He's a dangerous weapon. How many teams are trying to emulate Deebo Samuel, bro? They tried and they are failing miserably. There's only one Deebo. There's only one. They're trying. Like, what the kid name some of these players. One got drafted. If I got drafted last year, he ended up getting injured for the Titans. That was one. Denzel Mims, I feel like, was another one.
There was a guy drafted this year too. I can't remember his name. The guy drafted this year. The people were like, Deebo F.
I'm telling you, bro, they trying. They're trying. The reason why you can never get another Deebo, Trey Burke, thank you. The reason why, not Trey Burke, but I know you talk about Dom King. The reason why you'll never get another Deebo is because no one's built like him. That's number one. he's just different. Number two, his mindset. No one is as dangerous as Deebo. So those guys can even be built like Deebo, but they're not as dangerous as Deebo because Deebo is looking to kill you. He's looking for the contact. That actually helps him out. We don't like it because we feel like he's taking a hit, but you know what? He's paid now. So at the end of the day, go get the hit. Hit the mother sucker.
Can I ask you this question though? I heard you say earlier in the show that you didn't expect Deebo to replicate those same numbers.
Yeah.
Was that based off of you thought that just might be a career year for him? Or was that based off of most players have a step back right after they get the money? We saw the same thing happen with Fred Warner. We saw it happen. Yeah. We saw it happen with George Kittle, and no one's dumping on those guys the way that Deebo dumped on himself.
No. They were getting on. They were getting on both of them. They wanted to get rid of Kittle because they kept saying he was old, and they wanted to trade him. And as far as Fred Warner, I never heard that. But they felt like he was going downhill. Remember, he had that one. It wasn't a bad year, but man, was he reaching, and he was missing tackles, and he just did. It was after his All-Pro year, actually, right?
Well, that's what I was saying. But I said, so let me be clear. I said people weren't getting on them the way that Deebo was getting on himself. Not that they weren't getting on all of them, but Deebo was really, really, really hard on himself. I didn't see anybody saying, trade him, he's washed, he's done, it's over. I did see people expressing disappointment in the season, right? I saw people saying that anytime he lined up in the backfield is predictable. We know he's about to get the ball. Like,
well, that's why Mike, I came out and said that I wasn't expecting those numbers to be the same. I knew the rushing would go down. Once you labeled him as a wide back, teams were going to be like, oh, he's like, I mean, how much can you disguise Deebo running the ball out of the backfield? Like it's not a secret anymore. So it's either Deebo, you get this ball and you make a play happen, which is impossible when you got 9 in the box, 8 in the box, 7 in the box, 7 to 8 in the box. Almost impossible because they already know what you're gonna do. It would be better if they find a way to use him as a decoy or whatnot. But now you're taking one of your most dangerous weapons off the field and not putting him in play. That's
what tough. I was going to get to. This is going to be my very next question to you, right? Same personnel on the field, but which same formation, but which players lined up where is more dangerous?
Oh, always McCaffrey in the slot.
Deebo in the backfield.
No,
McCaffrey in the slot, or McCaffrey in the backfield with Deebo in the slot.
McCaffrey in the slot is dangerous because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a linebacker run. I'll take that matchup any day, bro.
But that's only if McCaffrey ends up getting the target. If it's a handoff to Deebo, it's going nowhere. They just play it. They play it now.
Well, I see.
It was not pretty last year.
No, because they knew whenever he was lined up in the backfield, he was going to get the ball.
And there was a time or two where there was nothing they could do. He had this one run,
and they were back there by the time when he got the ball, they were there.
But there was other runs where he broke a tackle or two and going for 60 yards. Like he still did it last year. Let's be clear.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns last year.
It just became a lot tougher to get it.
Well, that's because Mike. Well, okay, Mike. So here's the thing: you got film on this guy as a wide back. They got him lined up in the backfield. So I see where you're going. Maybe they need to put Deebo more out as a wide out, and then McCaffrey as the regular running back, and then do a end around or do a jet sweep. But they be on that too. They just know that Deebo. They got to start using Deebo as a mother freaking wide receiver. I think that's what it comes down to. Oh, my bad. Because if you do that, then you can't tell what happens if he's lined up, and you're not gonna know. That's Kyle, though, man. That's the game plan. That stuff I'm talking about. Like you sitting here telling me this, and we dinging and stuff. Like, this is my point. Like, he has to know that. He has to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he does. I think he does. There were some other transactions that happened that we did not discuss. I'll be honest with you too. Something I'm liking. I really enjoying seeing these kicker stats come out.
Listen, Jake Moody's the kicker. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But Jake Moody's going to be the guy.
I don't know.
Jake Moody's going to be the guy.
I don't know, man. I can't say that with all certainty. And I think the Niners are okay if it's not him. What was he, a third round pick? I'm okay with that. I think they're okay with saying, hey, we got the better guy, and it only cost us a third. It was a good competition. Oh well. But I am sincerely enjoying reading the write-ups and the stats from the practices, man. But they did sign a quarterback. What's this guy's name? Who is he? Tell me
The
something.
dude from the XFL?
Yeah.
I
He
think
signed or did he just come in for a workout?
No, he was signed, if I'm not mistaken. That I think it's more for him, more practice squadish. They might look to cut the Allen guy and then get this guy on the practice squad. Let me see if I can get his name for you.
Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Oh, Jesus. This isn't the guy. This says Thad Lewis. When was this?
Nah, that's a long time ago, dog.
That's super old. Why would that come up on Google? That is the second article. Hold on.
All right, so they're working out veteran Jack Cohn. So he didn't sign yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't think so. Okay,
Yeah, so
I could be wrong.
Yeah, they're working him out. So
you said Jack Cohn?
Yeah, Coan.
Let me see. All right. Working out with the Niners, potential Cam arm. Yeah, that's the XFL. Okay. So let me tell you why I wanted to discuss this. I saw mad people on Twitter when this story came out. Yo, if I'm Trey Lance, I'm asking for a trade right now. This is bullshit. He's never going to get a fair shot. Blah, blah. I'm just curious. What about that article, that report says Trey Lance is in trouble? I'm just curious. Like, honestly.
No, I don't know. It's just
as possible.
I don't even see. First of all, I don't even see how he makes the squad. I think the 49ers got there for quarterbacks, and they're always looking for other quarterbacks to partake, to work out. God forbid if they get an injury to one of these guys, they want to bring in somebody that they are familiar with. I don't think the only thing that questions Trey Lance's opportunity is the health of Brock Purdy. Other than that, it ain't even the competition between Sam Darnold. I really don't believe that there's a competition. But the health of Brock Purdy, that's different.
Let's wave the magic wand. Y'all know we have to talk about this. It'll be brief because we've all discussed this ad nauseum, right? You got a magic wand. You can snap your finger and make whatever happen today for the rest of the offseason with these quarterbacks. What would it be? If you want me to go first, I will. But if you could wave a magic wand and paint the perfect scenario that will benefit the 49ers the most when week one gets here, what would that magic wand do? What would you snap of your finger if you Thanos and just boom, you can make whatever happen? What would it be?
I would go get Tom Brady out of retirement.
Oh, wait. No.
I'm just playing.
I meant with the guys currently.
I know. I was just playing. But not seriously.
Oh, my God.
Like, with the guys currently playing, like, if Brock Purdy didn't get injured, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, if I had to wave my magic wand, then Brock Purdy would be the guy, and Trey Lance would be backing him up. And I don't really see much. I don't really see how anybody wouldn't want that when you had a guy that just took you to the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like that's kind of like what it is. You know, I was talking to somebody today about the situation that happened in New England years ago, right? And so I think it was you.
It was. I know exactly what you're about to say.
And you know, when the greatest quarterback of all time and Tom Brady enters the game for an injured Drew Bledsoe, I kindly said Drew Brees. But when he entered the game for Drew, Tom Brady didn't even look good. But you know what it was? He was good enough to get his team into winning position to win games, and then he ended up winning Super Bowls. And unfortunately, Drew Brees was like the best quarterback in the league at that time. And unfortunately, they moved on from him. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for Trey Lance, but Brock Purdy to me proved that he could win. And if we can't all come into an agreement on that, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of football y'all watching. Like he literally came in the game and didn't lose a game with this team. I don't care if he had all the cards and whatever. He still found ways to win. Our team was better than that Raiders team. Brock Purdy helped us win that game. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, if I had to wave a magic wand, I got to go with the guy that I watched win the games. And then during the time, you still find ways to develop Trey Lance if you can. Like, that's just kind of like how the cards fall. Here's the key. Yeah, here's the key. That's my scenario. And I want to hear Mike's take. But in football, like, you just can't get injured. It'll kill your career because the next man up is ready to take your job. And that's how it is. So if I had to wave my magic wand, I watched Brock Purdy perform. I wish Trey Lance would have never got injured, but that happened. We talking about right now, right? So I would heal Purdy because he was the winner.
That's okay. So I would heal Purdy, and I would wish that everything played out the way that it did last year, right?
So you still want Trey Lance to start?
Today. No. I would like a real competition the entire offseason.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen?
That would be dope.
What's going to happen week one is going to be outrage from half of the 49ers fan base.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you why. If they just give the job to Brock Purdy.
But why the outrage? Because I'm going
to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, right? If they give the job to Brock Purdy, their justification, the team, is going to be, we know what he can do, and we think he can continue to do that. And then, maybe Lance will get a chance later on. If they give the job to Lance, the Purdy people are going to say it's only because they don't think Purdy is ready and the injury and blah, 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 blah. If I could snap my finger today and make Brock healthy, he gets to come back from the break and get back in there and just go. And it'll literally be may the best man win. And it would eliminate all the arguing.
I don't think it would eliminate the arguing though, because he's the leader of the clubhouse.
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay. You say it doesn't mean anything.
No. But I'm saying that because
I know what it means. I know what it means from its literal term, but it's still said and it still has wordplay, and you still can take it however the F you want. So at the end of the day, it ain't. Look, I'm just saying, yo, and Kyle said, like, if he was healthy, this would be the guy. Like, this is the guy we would go with. He didn't say he would be the starting quarterback, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta read, you gotta listen to what they're saying and read what they're saying at the same damn time, yo. Like that's what I'm getting from our head coach, from our general manager, that if Brock was healthy, he would be the guy that they looking to move forward with right now. I'm gonna put that in there. I didn't say that they said that. Okay. I'm getting that notion from those two guys.
Okay. Now, you watch baseball?
Of course I watch baseball.
Okay, I don't. But you watch the home run derby?
I watch the home run derby. I'm trying to feel like what your correlation is, but go ahead.
It's super entertaining.
Yeah,
right?
But
okay.
It could be.
The very first batter
in
the home run derby. As soon as he's done, he is in first place. So that doesn't mean he's going to win. There's a whole bunch of people behind him still. That's what leader in the clubhouse literally means.
Okay.
It's a golf analogy of all the people that are done. Right now, this guy is in first place. But there's still a bunch of other people that got to play the back nine or the front nine.
Totally, it's totally different, Mike. Because these guys that you're talking about don't have to play. like they're there on the team to compete for a position, but that doesn't mean they're competing for the number one spot. We want them to compete for that number one spot, but if Brock Purdy is the number one guy from the notions that I'm getting, that doesn't mean that they're competing to take Brock's spot. If something happens to Brock, when I call that number, they better be ready to go to be the number one guy. It's the same. It's the Niners. It's what they do. Brock wasn't number one. Trey was number one. Then Jimmy was number two. Then Jimmy became number one. And then Brock became number two. So it's just like the next man up mentality, basically.
How do I ask this question? I want to try to not change your mind. I want to try to get you to look at things a little different from a strategic standpoint. What benefit would the Niners have this whole offseason to say, well, Brock got hurt, Trey is healthy, this is Trey's team going forward? What benefit would they have to say that?
From a strategic standpoint, there is no benefit from it, right? They want to keep the league and the other teams guessing, I guess.
Okay. Now, forget strategic. Let's just say in-house. Let's say they're in this quarterback's room and they're talking to Purdy, they're talking to Lance, they're talking to Darnold and Allen. What benefit would they have right now today to name anybody not named Purdy the starter? Hey guys, listen, this is a closed door thing. We want y'all to go out.
Now is the time for them. They don't have to. So I don't think there is a benefit right now. But come training camp, as time gets closer and closer, eventually they're gonna have to name a starter, right?
Eventually, right?
Yeah.
You know what I love about our show?
What?
I love that we're about to wrap this up, and this is going to be the biggest full circle moment in the history of all the shows we've ever done together. You started this show talking about how sometimes the quarterbacks were lax because there was no pressure on them. Mm-hmm. They were just given the starting job. Mm-hmm. You remember this conversation?
Oh, I remember it.
That's why Jimmy was so chill, and then they went out and they drafted Lance, and Jimmy had to step it up a little bit. I remember it. Mm-hmm. And then you said, Lance got hurt now, blah, blah, blah. I want you to hold on to exactly what you said.
Okay.
Full circle moment right now.
Okay.
If they say, Lance, Purdy's not going to be ready, you're the starter week one, publicly or in that closed room, doesn't that make Lance drop his guard just a little bit? Isn't that why you have to have people come in and say, hey, Sam Darnold could be really good in this Niner system. Trey Lance might still be in trouble. Or Brock Purdy is on pace and ahead of schedule. Trey Lance better keep on working.
It takes the competitive advantage away.
I
didn't say that they had to name the starting quarterback. I said if Brock Purdy wasn't healthy, I think he would be the guy. And then everybody else would be competing, but Brock would still be that guy.
Right. Out loud. But what I'm saying is, I think the way this is going to sound so crazy. And I actually did a full show on this on Patreon, right? I think the way the 49ers handled this quarterback situation this offseason, I promise you, I think it was perfect. I think it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
you come out verbally and you back the guy. You say all the right things except naming him the starter when he's healthy. They never said that, right? But you say everything that insinuates that.
That's what.
So what does that do? That motivates Lance. Well, I got an uphill battle, right? And Lance takes the bait. He's reacting to it the right way. Don't take my word for it. Take Lance's word for it. You know what he said? I don't want nothing handed to me. I wouldn't want to be here.
That's bullshit. But anyway, yeah. But go ahead.
But I'm just that. But that's what he said, right?
No, that's what he said. I don't believe it 100%. But I got you. I get it.
Right. I don't want it to be handed to me. Right.
He didn't say that last year when it was handed to him, though.
That was.
I'm just saying.
That wasn't his decision. That was the team that decided to do it that way.
At the end of the day, he still didn't say anything, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, the team decided to hand him the keys, but I didn't hear him say anything. I don't want this handed to me. Let me earn this, coach.
So what he was supposed to say after they named him starter was at the podium, no, don't do that. Bring Jimmy in so we can compete.
Yeah, why not? If he wants competition, that all of a sudden he's up for competition.
Who has ever said that? Tell me one guy.
Nobody, Mike. But my point is, if that's his mindset, all of a sudden now, the only reason why he's saying that stuff now, Mike, is because he ain't got no choice.
And he's motivated. Yes, and I'm agreeing with you. I am completely agreeing with you. Right? So now you got the leader of the clubhouse, all this talks, and then they signed Sam Darnold. Do you think, just for a little tiny piece of you, just a half a percentage, do you think that the Niners ask people to start pumping this guy up in the media? Sam Darnold, I'm talking about.
I don't know. If that's part of tactics, yes.
Because then, Lance, you got some competition right now.
You got competition.
And now we're not just going to pump them up in the media. Guess what we're doing in practice right now?
Giving them first team reps.
We're giving them first team reps just in case you get a little lax, just in case you think you might be the guy, just in case you put your guard down a little bit. We're going to make sure what happened to Deebo, what happened to Jimmy, what happened to George Kittle, what happened to Fred Warner does not happen to you. You're going to come out here and you are going to earn this every step of the way. We're going to keep pressure on you. And let me tell you why this is a win-win for the Niners. Even if Trey Lance is not the guy, if you can't handle pressure at that position, this ain't the game
play
for
football. Yeah, you can't.
I love how they're handling it. And with all of that being said, let me get back to Purdy now. So you generating all this pressure over here for these guys. And then you got Purdy way over here in the corner throwing towels. he throwing dry hand towels. Then he gets up to a full-size towel, and they dry still. And they say, okay, we got a little bit more strength. Let's wet these towels and put a little bit of weight on them. Now he's throwing wet towels, right? He's doing all this on the side. Hey, Lance, he's getting ready. He's coming back. Stay motivated. Hey, Purdy, if you come in here, you got to be ready to compete. You're the leader in the clubhouse. His confidence stays high because they've been backing him the entire offseason at the podium. So now you have all three. I won't say four because I don't believe Josh Allen is not Josh Allen. I'm sorry. What's my man's name? Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen. I don't think Brandon Allen really believes he's got a shot. But what I'm saying is all of these guys have been motivated by the way the 49ers have handled this specific scenario. And the best part of all is it keeps the entire NFL guessing. I absolutely love it.
And if that's part of, like I said, if that's part of their ops, I'm cool with it. Like I'm cool with it. But here's what we know. Here's how I'm going to end or conclude my thoughts on this QB situation. At the end of the day, I love the 49ers quarterbacks room, and I will trust it. I don't know about Sam Darnold, but I'm going to trust whatever it is that Trey Lance comes in here and does, or Brock Purdy. But I think our quarterback room is a lot better than what it was even last year. And from that's a plus. And that's how I'm going to look at it. We have a inexpensive, I don't want to say cheap, we have an inexpensive quarterback room at this moment. This is allowing us to extend players like Nick Bosa. You guys want him, right? This is allowing us to do these things and get these guys and keep the core of this team together. And I believe that they can win games with any one of these quarterbacks. So whoever is going to be deemed the starting quarterback, when they're ready to deem who that guy is, to reveal who that guy is, we just need to fully support that guy. Why? Because that is going to be the quarterback of the 49ers. Do we want Trey Lance to start? Yup. Do we want Brock Purdy to start? Yup. Do we want Sam Darnold to start? Nope. But my point is, whoever it is, we're going to be fine. You know why? The team is stacked. We're not even talking about our defense, which is going to be like, oh my gosh. It's going to be like, just imagine putting 2012 and 2019 together, yo. Like, this defense is going to be sick. And nobody's talking about the secondary. And I put out a tweet, Mike, where I said that this secondary is going to lead the league in interceptions, right? And people were like, what? How? Did y'all not watch the secondary last year? It's the same fucking secondaries, minus Jimmy Ward, who had only, 3? Maybe even 4? And you just brought in Jair Brown, who's a ball hawk? What are we talking about? I'm confused. Anyway, we're in good hands, faithful. These are just healthy conversations. That's what we do. And from now on until God knows the season starts, I just want to have healthy conversations. I'm not getting into a side or this or that. I want to see production from our guys. I want to see the camaraderie. I want to see them banding together, getting tight. Remember, there's only 2 more days of mini camp, and then they go away for like 40 freaking days. I want to see what they do off the field. Who's practicing together? Where they meeting up? Trey Lance is already set to throw at tight end U. Is Brandon Aiyuk and the boys going to head down to Tennessee, Nashville, wherever the hell they're going to be? I don't know.
They talked about that, yeah. Yeah, they
Will
talked about it. They
Deebo
already working on it.
Samuel join them this year? Remember, last year he didn't. Will we see a change in the culture? That's all I'm about, bro. This team, if that culture get right, I don't give a who the quarterback is. They going to ball out. I guarantee it. So if we could put our differences aside and just be like, look, it is what it is, guys. The 49ers created this, and they can only make it go away like that, like when they're ready. That's what it is. When they're ready. When they're ready. Oh, it's maybe now I'm maybe good. I feel like this is probably one of the healthiest conversations that I've had. I feel like it's tough, yo. Like, you guys giving me, oh, it's great here. I'm defending Trey Lance. Now I'm trying to defend Brock Purdy. How can you not defend Brock Purdy, who won 8 straight games? Like, how are we not defending that?
You should be excited and want to see that.
Right. But this is not about him not losing his job due to injury. The thing is, if he's cleared to play, then he's not injured.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whereas Trey Lance is cleared to play. And right now, in my opinion, he quarterback 1. Like that's how I look at it. Right now, right now, he's the quarterback 1. He's the guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got a new beard wash that came in today. I'm so excited.
Oh,
nice. I used this joint years ago.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I can't wait to get this back in my beard. I had to shave my whole beard off, man. You ain't seen me in a while.
Oh, I
man.
know. It's kind of
my beard used to come down below my collar, and I had to shave it off. I started trying to find the new shampoo, and
it was breaking
I burned it out. No, I burnt, like, my hairs looked like they were on fire. They were thick.
You can't use that stuff, man.
And so I was like, forget it. I went to the barber. I said, what do you think I should do? He said, you got to stop trying new stuff. Let's cut it off and start over.
So, all right. So Peachy says Trey hasn't even had a fair shot, and we know why. And it's hard for me to say that he hasn't had a fair shot.
I'm listening. I'm going to step away for a second, but I can hear you. So keep going, and I'm not going to be on mute. So if I got to yell.
Because in my opinion, the shot he had, he ended up getting injured. So he had his fair shot. He couldn't do much with it due to the injury. And now there's just a competition brewing. So it's hard for me to say that he didn't have a fair shot. If Brock Purdy wasn't here, or if let's say this, if Brock Purdy didn't win those games and we were going through this, then yes, I can agree with this statement. I think he had a fair shot, and I think, unfortunately for Trey Lance, he gonna have to come out and do the impossible. And he has to hope Brock Purdy, 2 things. 1, he's not healthy, and 2, he looked like shit. That's it. And then when he comes in, he has to make it happen. But I think Trey's had a fair shot. I think we got to stop saying that he hasn't had a fair shot. The mother sucker got injured, unfortunately, during his shot. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. That's the story. He was named the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers in 2022. He started week 1, he started week 2, he got injured week 2 and broke his ankle, and Brock Purdy super exceeded expectations. So to me, that's what happened. And because he didn't just exceed expectations, he super exceeded expectations. So it's true that Trey didn't have the weapons, but he still got hurt.
Don't. That's not what she's saying. That's not what she's saying. All right. So I was doing my little shoulder thing again, right? And this was who do I agree with? Because I heard what you said and I read what she said, right? And the truth of the matter is, I actually agree with both of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I actually agree with both of y'all. Trey Lance did get his fair shot, and that was last year. And what Wayne was saying is absolutely correct. He had his fair shot. He had a year to learn the system. They put him in there the following year as a starter. He just happened to get injured. So I agree with you to that point.
Mm-hmm.
However, and again, this also goes back to how much you buy into that finger injury from his rookie season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had a fair shot his rookie season. They said from the time, let me be very clear with what I'm about to say. From the time they traded up, we do not expect or even want a rookie quarterback to come and beat out Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't expect it. That's not what we're looking for. So, like, they tried to put it to bed before they made a draft pick. This was just when they traded up the 3. Obviously, it's for a quarterback position. We've talked it over with Jimmy already. He knows how we feel. We know how he feels. We are going to go ahead. Jimmy Garoppolo was the guy. We're not expecting a rookie to come in here and be better than Jimmy Garoppolo. We're not expecting that, right? And then we saw Trey Lance, not the Arizona game, but the Houston game. And there were a lot of people that said, hey, he's had 8 weeks in the system. You traded up the number 3 for him. Let's put him back out there. Because there was a lot of stinking going on at the quarterback position that season. You don't believe me? Just go back to anybody's timeline and type in Jimmy Garoppolo and read tweets from that year. Don't take my word for it. People were fuming. People were furious. Okay? My point, though, is this. He might not have had a fair shot, because a fair shot would have been when he went in there and played well, he continued to be the starter. Maybe. But if that finger injury is true, if what they said was true, he had to learn to hold the ball again. It was an index thing. He couldn't. That's the last finger that comes off the ball when you throw it and all that, and it was bothering him. Then maybe he did have a fair shot then also. Maybe he did have a fair shot then. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean, I see Miss Sen said he was, this is her comment. He was ran into the ground, then he got injured, then lost his job. I mean, that's part of his skill set, though. So like part of his skill set is to run the ball. Like,
I don't agree with that part.
But it is. That's part of his skill. How can you not agree that? I'm not saying he wasn't running to the ground, but how can you not agree that's part of his skill set? That's part of what he does.
Can I have an answer for you.
Sure, go ahead. I'm listening.
Nothing I've seen of Trey Lance in the NFL.
That's nothing you've seen. I don't give a fuck about what you've seen. I'm telling you what Kyle Shanahan and them see. So that's part of he was. This is why they drafted him.
Hear me out. Right? I'm just saying you got to hear me. You got to hear me out before you tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, but you just started off with said nothing you've seen, and that makes sense to why you're saying that. But it ain't about what you've seen. It's about what they know, right?
But this is why it is part of what I've seen. Because I watched the preseason games, I saw the college film, and I saw the NFL film.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, for the stance that you're taking right now, that literally is all that matters. Because in practice, they're not even allowed to hit the quarterbacks. So don't tell me how good he was running in practice. They can't touch him in practice. So that's the one aspect of practice that I'm not holding any weight in. He can run as well as he wants in practice. And you are a football guy. You know what I'm saying is accurate, where they're not allowed to hit him. So even if he's making the wrong reads in the hole, or if he's making the right read on the design runs, they got to pull up and let him get by anyway. So unfortunately, the college film the preseasons, and the actual game film are all that matters with him being a running quarterback.
I never said he was a running quarterback. I said it's part of his skill set.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I never said he was a running quarterback. I said he can run. It's the big difference.
You're right. I apologize.
And at the end of the day, like running him up the middle, I mean, guys miss blocks too. So that's a whole different conversation.
But we've also seen him try to lower his shoulder. To
Absolutely.
Gain
We've seen that the first time, but that was different, right? That was different. We saw him lower his shoulder. He was trying to get into the end zone. Nobody was complaining about the shit until he got hurt. Right?
Shit. The first time he got popped.
Listen, if he would have scored a touchdown, everybody would have been happy, and we would have beat the damn Cardinals in that game.
He hit that wall. No, I'm sorry. I was talking about before he was the starter. Remember when they were just bringing him in for a couple of plays? I think it was a Lions game, and he had that goal line. He was going. He lowered his shoulder and just hit a wall. My man didn't go nowhere.
I wish he wouldn't have did the thing in the Cardinals game because that's kind of what gave him the dinger. But he thought he could run over them dudes. But he had so. Here's the thing, right? Each one of us watch stuff from hindsight. So, like, this is what we would do, what we wouldn't do, but we not even playing the game. So, adrenaline is pumping. You see end zone, it's just big as day. You
can't help it sometimes.
And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And hold on, because I'm gonna clap back at this guy too. So I act like Kyle wasn't using him as a running back, and everybody complains about it, including you, Wayne. We can't act like Kyle wasn't using him as a running back, and everybody complains about it.
Where he had like 12 or 14
I wasn't complaining. I was the only one not complaining about the shit. What are you talking about?
I was definitely complaining about it.
I wasn't complaining. Look, if we go back and watch the play, he was injured. Guess who missed the block? Guess.
Oh, was it Deebo?
No.
George Kittle?
Nope. This is before Jake Brendel started.
Wait, which injury are you talking about?
I'm talking about Trey Lance injury.
Which one? That's what I'm saying.
The one he got injured, the one that took him out for the whole season.
Against Seattle.
Yeah.
The center, right?
Yeah. Like, it was a missed block. Like, here's my thing. Like, I keep telling like everybody, like, this is why I say simplify the offense, because there's gonna be guys that just ain't gonna do
it. I got you. I think it also comes down to expectations, right? I think Niner fans, and you can correct me if this is not what your thoughts were, but I think Niner fans wanted to see Trey Lance run the system that Jimmy was running.
Yes.
And then if a play wasn't there,
have the Trey Lance audible. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's Kyle. That's Kyle. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
All right. Why not set this kid up for success? That's my issue. So if that's what Peachy means by him not getting a fair shot, I agree with that 1,000%. But he did have an opportunity, and I'm sorry, he has to take what's given to him and make it work. Shit, it's just the way of the world, man. Like, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I never understood why Kyle wouldn't use Trey Lance into his skill sets. So if you're gonna run Trey Lance, like Miss Sin said, why not just bootleg him out? You did it with Brock Purdy.
Right, not up the middle. Yeah. And I think that's what they were talking about with like why he was used the wrong way. The comment that someone said, Wayne, we can't act like he wasn't using him like a running back. Running backs run in the A gap.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I think Niner fans are consistent about this too, because remember, Deebo was getting banged up, and we asked, why are you using Deebo running up the middle?
Right.
But here's why. And the reason why is because if you don't use Deebo like a running back, none of them jet sweeps, none of them shits is gonna work. It's deception. It to me is what Kyle Shanahan was trying to set up for the next play if we got to the next play. So Trey Lance running 3 yards up the middle, 5 yards up the middle, 1 yard up the middle, getting you some safe, easy downs. Don't nobody complain on quarterback sneaks though, right? And that's where quarterbacks can really get injured. But we want to see a 1 yard quarterback sneak every single time. Quarterbacks can leave with concussions on them joints. But here's the thing. at the end of the day, like I do have discrepancies when it comes to Kyle Shanahan and the way he calls plays for different quarterbacks. And I feel like if you utilize your quarterback, I said that on the show. I said if you utilize him like for his strengths and ease him into what you're asking him to do, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. How am I making excuses for
how I know? No,
I don't
it's,
get it.
it's cool. You know how I know that Niner fans were nervous about the way Trey Lance was being used? You know what play probably got the most tweets at one time by Trey Lance?
Which one?
In his whole career as a 49er? When he slid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
People celebrated seeing him slide and not take the hit. We were all legitimately concerned for his well-being as a runner. It was to the point where not only did 49ers Twitter blow up, I remember during the game live, I was like, oh shit, he slid. We got some. He learned.
We've never seen him slide. He's never slid before, though. He never had to in college.
Asked him about it at the presser.
He never had to slide
early in the game, right? Yeah. So it was just people were legitimately concerned with how he was used as a runner. I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say.
I'm just saying that one of the dangerous options you have with a quarterback like Trey Lance is his ability to run. And you guys keep saying, oh, we shouldn't do it, but if the shit worked, y'all gonna be happy. So go ahead.
No, I'm about to agree with everything you just said. Imagine you got a single back set.
That's what I'm trying to get
wide receivers
everybody
and a tight end,
and
they going off downfield. And then they take the coverage with them. It's tight coverage, and then Trey run up the side for 15 yards like he did that first play of the Cardinals game.
That's what I'm trying to say.
First play of the Cardinals game. That's what we wanted to see.
And the only thing, but see what happens is like teams start preparing for stuff like that. When you do it once, shame on you. Then however that junk work. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, whatever. But so you gotta. It's all deception, guys. Football again. Right, football, guys. Let me just remind you, football. And I TC, I love you, fam. Like, I wasn't complaining about the way Kyle Shanahan was using Trey Lance. I didn't even realize Trey Lance got injured because he got up, but then he went back down. Right, and then you saw it, and he was like, "Ilk." But then when you go back and watch, you don't even gotta watch the film. You can watch the actual replay. Jake Brendel didn't get out and missed that whole block, and then the weight of that defensive lineman just crushed him, and that's what really happened. So it's like, because remember, he did it successful 3 times before that. It was positive yards. So Kyle was chipping away, trying to keep the defenses honest. And remember, this was before CMC. So now imagine what that might look like with CMC. And Super chat contribution time.
No. Let me just respond to what you said. Now with CMC in there, not a knock on Deebo. As long as Christian McCaffrey is on this team, I think seeing Deebo as a runner or as a 5 or 6 carries a game guy is over. Which means that Lance shouldn't even have to do it either. Exactly. This offense will finally look different.
But here's the thing. The fact that he can do it is what is going to make defense play on skates.
Yes.
And I think that's what you want.
Yep. Exactly. Corey Davis here. Thanks for the super chat. He says here, and I quote, "Hello, my 49ers family, and I hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday." KD, man, thanks for the super chat. We appreciate the love and support. Hopefully you and your family are doing well also. All right, Wayne, anything you wanted to add to that before I get to the next one?
KD, we appreciate you, man. We love you, man. Stay up, stay faithful, bro. Thank you for the contribution too, by the way.
All right. Mizell Kal-El Peterson.
Oh, that's my dude.
Was Mizell Superman's first real name? I thought Kal-El was his first name. Isn't Kal-El Superman? I'm not a comic guy like that, but I thought
I thought his name was Clark Kent.
Sorry. No, that was his human name. I might be wrong. Never mind. You might be right. I thought
you might be right. Shoot, I don't know.
He says here, long time family, I'm still out here. Meaning he hasn't been around in a while, but he's still here. I like seeing the long time continued support
You got to check out his clothing line too, man. He has dope ass clothing line. He sent me a couple pieces. Yeah.
Send me a link. You know me, man. I'm all about the local support and all that stuff, man. You know, I'll definitely check that shit out.
They said you were right. I never knew this.
What?
Superman's name was Mizell.
No. I know Kal-El. I think Kal-El is Superman. I don't know what Mizell might be. Oh,
that's his daughter's
my daughter's name. Okay, all right. But Kal-El is Superman.
Superman. So, I never knew that. So Superman was. Never mind.
What? Go ahead. Say it.
That was okay.
Oh, see, I wish I could. That one I don't know. Normally we on the same page. I don't know what that. I didn't know what that one was.
You knew what that was, but it's okay.
Yeah. So all right. That I think that was all the super chats. Yeah, I haven't set the auto star super chat. So those were the only two. Man, this piece of paper just rolled across the floor next to me, bro. I thought it was a mouse in my house, man.
That's funny,
bro. No, it's not. I almost jumped up. Did you see how quick I looked over him? And nah, I don't do that.
What a great show, and what a great just audience out there, man. Mike, I gotta get to bed, dog. Because
I'm going home. Nah, I'm out of here. Yeah, no. Final thoughts, man. You go ahead.
I just never knew that was his name, yo. What is wrong with me? Listen, guys, it's a long. Listen, we got a long break before training camp starts. I know they're still in mini camp. It's good to see the guys out there. We'll continue to bring you guys some content, man. Shout out to Mike. He's been holding this stuff down, man, by himself. He's been holding it down. So, Mike, make sure you show Mike all the love, man. Mike, we appreciate what you do, everything you do for the faithful. I appreciate you, bro, and everybody out there. Thanks for watching, man. It's been a real great show.
Yeah, no, I had a blast, man, and same thing for you, man. You know, sometimes we got to take a step back, a little hiatus, mental reprieve. You know what I'm saying? So
I have to step back so I can see the bigger picture, dog.
Let's go. Look at full circle. I told you that shit get me excited, man. Don't get me started again, bro. Don't get me started again. But yeah, guys, man, make sure you guys go out there, show some love to your favorite content creators. Follow, like, subscribe, and share, man. That's the other thing too. You know, it's cool to give the thumbs up, especially once you've been here for a while. But just share it. Share it on whatever social media platform you have. You never know. Just get another set of eyes on the link, and it helps people out a long way. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about anybody that you guys support out there. Go out there and share it. Wayne, I was dead serious about sending me Mizell's clothing line. If there's a website for it, please send it to me. You know me, man. I got people sending me cigars. I'll smoke them on the air and I show support to local
Mizell, if there's a link to your, because I remember he sent me an email, but if there's a link, put it in the chat, dog, so we can have it. Share it.
Oh, he has to start up another store. I'm gonna let you know.
He's gonna let us know what it is tomorrow. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm all for it, man. Let's get some eyes on the local businesses, man. You know, we gotta keep it moving. Guys, Wayne, I have a proposition for you. I'm gonna put you on the spot too.
Oh,
would you come on the Nothing But Niners Patreon and just air all your grievances, whatever they may be? Like it'll be behind a paywall. Only a couple people will see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This will be a good. I want you to have a drink or two.
Oh yeah, I got yeah.
I want you to be relaxed, and I want you to just go off. Just get it all off your chest, and you'll be surprised. It's therapeutic, man. You can just get it all off your chest.
Get it out,
and then you'll be back in your groove, man. We had a little therapy session before we actually got on the show, and we never do that. We never do that.
We sure enough did. Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Peachy said she's in. Maybe we can make it a group thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's absolutely do it. And I'm not just saying it's like y'all had me hype about the what was the channel? Was it the commercial?
Oh, it's no. Oh yeah.
You were supposed to be doing that on your channel, the Jingle Challenge. It was supposed to be you and Peachy versus me and my cousin, I think.
Yeah, your cousin. I don't know what happened to y'all. We was ready. Listen,
I started a podcast with her and ain't seen her since. So it's supposed to be four of us.
She was one and done, huh?
She popped up one time, and she's a busy young lady, so you know it is what it is. But let's get on over there and make that happen, the therapy session, and then we can still do something on over there on your channel too, man. I ain't forget. So y'all let me know what's going on. I'm always here to spread love and spread peace, prosperity, and all that good stuff if I can. I will be on tomorrow with the 49ers Hive guys. I held back tonight. Even though I had, the guys on my shoulders, I held back a lot. I'm not holding back on somebody else's channel. I'm telling you right now.
I know that's right.
I'm saying what I feel, and I don't care what y'all got to say. Y'all can leave all those negative, nasty comments on their channel. So that's going to do it for us tonight, man. We're going to get up out of here, man. Wayne, again, I thank you for making time for me this evening, brother. I sincerely appreciate it, all right?
One love, bro.
All right, let's go home, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always,
you got to remain faithful, y'all.
Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners.